What is resilience and why do leaders need it? Well, we're going to talk about that coming up right now. Welcome everyone, Michael Finley here with another episode of Leadership Roll Call, where we give you tips, suggestions, and recommendations on how you can become a more effective leader. Our topic today is resilience. What is it and why do leaders need it? Before we begin, I'd like to share a story that I read. It seems an elementary grade teacher began writing some equations on the wall. This is what she wrote. As she continued to write, the kids in the class began snickering at her mistake. When she was done, most of the kids in the classroom were laughing. When she asked what they were laughing at, they enthusiastically told her about her mistake. They couldn't wait to tell her. She looked at them and said, "I wrote that first one wrong on purpose because I wanted you to learn something important. This was for you to know how the world out there will treat you. You can see that I wrote the correct equation 9 times, but none of you congratulated me on that. You all laughed and criticized me because of the one wrong thing I did. So this is the lesson. The world will never appreciate the good you do 1,000,000 times, but will always criticize the one wrong thing you do. But don't get discouraged. Always rise above all the laughter and criticism and stay strong." Folks, that is what resilience. Resilience is the process of adapting well to the face of adversity, challenges, trauma, physical injury, emotional injury, deaths, things like that. It is how we are able to cope with those things when they present themselves to us. It means bouncing back from difficult experiences. Now, there's some traits that go along with being resilient. Things like self-awareness, flexibility, adaptability, optimism, things like that really help build resilience in a person. Now, I know it can seem challenging to do all that. Well, the good news is it's not really a trait that you're born with, it's one that you can develop. So how do we do that? First, when you fail, instead of being depressed and moping around, look at an opportunity for you to learn from this. What can we learn from this? Nelson Mandela famously said, "I never lose. I either win or I learn." So look upon this as an opportunity to learn and to get stronger. Next, you want to have the proper expectations. Look, we're not going to hit a home run on every project or initiative that we're in charge of. Baseball player, if they only get 1 hit out of 3, they're in the Hall of Fame. So we're not going to get a home run every single time. So we need to make sure that we have that expectation. We also need to have proper expectations of the people we deal with. Not everyone is going to be nice. Not everyone is going to be easy to work with. Having proper expectations about life, about people, and your pursuits will help ground you. You also want to have a positive mindset. Have a positive view about yourself and confidence in your strengths and abilities. Whenever doubt creeps in, sit down and review your own accomplishments that you've done in the past and your current strengths and abilities that you have. You want to be realistic, but you also want to have a positive outlook to say that you will overcome whatever adversity comes up at you. And you do this by saying, you know what, I've done this before. You review your past accomplishments and see where you've done this before, and review your current strengths and say, I have the ability to do this again. You also want to keep things in perspective. When adversity hits, don't look at it like the world is going to end. Keep things in perspective, have a broad view of this, and to help keep you grounded. And lastly, you want to have a strong network. You want to have close family, you want to have good friends that you can go to and talk to about this. Having that strong network allows you to discuss this with other people and to give you feedback on how you can cope with this adversity. As a leader, our employees look to us almost like a role model. If we throw a temper tantrum, or we get depressed, or we scream at people, then A, they're going to not trust us, and B, they're going to start looking for another place to go. But if they see that we deal with adversity in a professional manner, that we have that optimist outlook, that we know that we will go overcome these challenges, they will also start developing their own resilience, and they will respect you more as a leader. Dealing with adversity and failure is not something we look forward to. We would rather not do it. But when adversity does come up, if we deal with it with our resilience, we will be a better person for it and a better leader. So I hope this brief overview was beneficial to you. If you have a question about this topic or any topic you'd like to see in the future, please put it in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. Until next time, good luck with developing your resilience.